Hello everyone, today I'm just going to give you a quick introduction to my latest machine, the Nokta Relic. I've had it about 2 or 3 weeks now. Initial impressions are extremely good machine, fantastic depth on pasture. I'm normally a dash user, but I needed something I could get a little bit of extra depth on the pasture with, and so far I've been extremely impressed with what I've seen from the Nokta Relic. Obviously this is the box. To the machine. It does look somewhat heavy and cumbersome, but it's not. It's actually very, very light. Okay, if we just turn the machine on, and the button's located at the side here, you'll see it comes up with the Nokta Relic menu. Apologies for the target ID that's thrashing about there. Obviously we're indoors and it's thrown itself about a little bit. As you can see there at the bottom, the program is D12. Obviously that's the target ID reading, and you can see the battery level there. Just a quick point, I've been out probably for about 15 hours with the machine now, and the battery compartment here takes 4 AA batteries, and as you can see by the battery level, so far the battery hasn't dropped at all, so very, very impressive battery life. Okay, as you can see, the box here is held on like a slide mount system. It's very stable. It's actually metal rather than plastic, and it's got these quite thick bolts that go all the way through the machine. As you can see, there's like the knobs are both sides. It's very stiff on there, so that's, you know, a really good system to hold the box on. Only slight criticism of the machine so far is the arm cup. It is quite shallow, especially for someone with arms of my size. As you can see, when I put my arm in it there, just at the wrist, it's only sort of halfway up, so further on up the arm it is, you know, quite easy for your arm to slip out, but those of you with normal size arms, you know, there's not going to be an issue there. So, but even so, it's a very, very strong rigid plastic. You've got no fear of it breaking or bending at all. So just another part of the machine that's really well made. Okay, if we just press one of the buttons there, obviously that brings up the menu. As you see, you can go through it. You've got mode, sensitivity, ID mask, iron volume, tone break, eye mask, threshold and frequency, which you can see is grayed out. That depends obviously on what program you're in. And also volume of the overall machine, brightness. You've got centimetres in inch there, because on another part of the machine I'll show you in a while, you can see relatively how deep a find is, and also obviously language. Okay, so we go all the way back up to the top there to mode. You can see that it's on D12. The machine has actually got several modes: D12, D13. D13 is sort of a coin hunting mode. You've got cog there, which is conductive ground. You've also got depth, which is a deep mode, which is probably the deepest mode in the machine if you're really going after some relics. And you've also got SWT there, which is swift mode. And for those of you who use the Deus, that is actually probably on par with Deus Fast. It's the same sort of setup with that machine. Okay, as already mentioned, the program I've been using is D13, and D13 is a 3-tone discrimination mode designed for coin hunting. During this mode, obviously the device emits a low grunt tone for iron, fairly low tone for gold and foil, and a high tone for non-ferrous metals, obviously such as silver, brass and copper. This mode's ideal for use in fields with different types of metals, enabling obviously to search faster with audio discrimination. D12, which is one of the other settings on the machine, if I can just get through to that, yeah, D12, that's more or less the same, except that's a 2-tone program. Conductive ground, for those of you that like the beach, that's really what that's for. It is a good beach mode. Obviously deep there, you can see all the sort of the different settings for that there. To be honest, I haven't used deep mode yet, but obviously, like I say, it's for relic hunting and does require quite a low swing, you know, to get the depth that that program gives. Swift mode, which is SWT, two-tone discrimination mode there, designed for trashy areas, good for coin hunting. Similar to other discrimination modes, obviously you can use the ID masking, which is new to this machine. As you can see there, ID mask. ID mask, if you want to search coil passes over a target, if the target signal is strong enough, a 2-digit target ID is displayed on the numeric display, which, if you just excuse me here, as you can see on the handle just there, you've also got another little display there which is also thrashing about, but that gives you an idea of the target, same as the sort of screen on Deus and other machines. It's just a quick readout, but you've also obviously got the luxury of it on the side there as well. Okay, well that's pretty much the box and sort of the settings that are on the machine. I'm just going to move the camera around the machine now and show you the different sort of areas of it. As I said, that's the control box. That's the cup I was telling you about. As you can see from my hand, just laying my hand in it, it's not the deepest of arm cups, but it is very rigid and it is very well made, so those of you with normal size arms wouldn't have a problem there. At the back of the machine there, you can see the power button and also the headphones. Also there's a little, I assume, a little cooling fan, or where the air gets into the box there. Okay, yeah, it's not a problem, but obviously you would need rain covers if you was using the Nokta Force Relic in bad weather. Moving down, as you can see just here, where obviously the control for the handle plugs in, and also the search coil, and that's your ground tracking button there. There is a button you can press actually on the handle, which is just there, which allows you to auto track, and also you've got a pinpoint button there as well. The little screen is very useful obviously for looking at depth of any items which it displays, and also you know, the readout of, you know, the item. Okay, as you can see there, that's the handle grip. It is quite thick. It's aerodynamically designed, quite comfortable to use. I've got very large hands, but it's as thick as I would want to use, really. It does put a little bit of strain on the fingers after a while, but other than that, it's extremely well made. If you look under there, there's a little button with on and off, and if you flip that, you've also got just at the top there quite a bright LED, which is great, you know, if you're out searching quite late at night or as it's getting dusk. Okay, moving down the machine, you've got the cam locks here, extremely stiff, well made, certainly tighten up as much as you would want to from any machine. Cable holders, again, as you can see by the cable, it is quite a thick cable. It's a really well made. I know the issue with some machines, it does seem to, you know, pull out of the coil. Moving down to the coil, this is the standard coil that comes with the machine. Very lightweight, fairly thin, as you can see, a little bit dirty because I haven't cleaned it, but excellent coil. It's got the coil cover on there, and also the cable there, as you can see, it's really well made. There's not a chance of that pulling out or twisting. The same actually as the lock guards here. Again, rigid, well made plastic. There is rubber inside there, and it holds the machine really well. Keeps the coil, you know, as stiff. It doesn't fall all over the place like it does in some machines. Well, that's pretty much the machine. I'm just going to talk you a tiny bit through what else comes in the box. Obviously, an excellent thing you do get with this machine is not only do you get a free 5-inch coil, which is great obviously for getting in between stubble and small places, you also get an extra stem, lower stem, which is unusual, but obviously greatly appreciated. The only slight downside I would say to what's in the box is it does come with some free headphones, which are these. They're a pair of Philips really they're just standard audio headphones, although they're very light and very comfortable. As you can see from the cable, which is nicely wound up there, it is very thin. I can't imagine them lasting too long in the field, but as they're free, obviously you can't really moan. Personally, I'd like to see perhaps, you know, even if it's a slightly cheaper pair one, obviously with a coiled cable for detecting. But audio wise, excellent headphones, great tone comes through on them, but not really what I'd want to use for detecting. I'm not a great fan of wired headphones at the best of times anyway. Okay, we're probably bored of my voice now. I am. I'm not really one for sort of getting in front of the camera, which is obvious. You might see my hands, but that's about all you'll see of me. I shall be out in the field over the next few weeks, doing some proper reviews, proper tests, including the 15-inch coil, which is also available for this machine. But until then, obviously, thanks very much for watching. Hope this gives you a quick run through. By all means, if you've got any questions, you can get me on our Facebook page, which is Dig This Metal Detecting Group. My name's Matt. I'm one of the admin on there, so by all means, give us a shout. Okay, speak to you soon.